channel. So today I want to go through a few things that I've learned from owning the Port Express for the last week or so. I've been diving into it and enjoying every bit of it, but here are a few things that I've learned so far in the last couple of days. Number one, this is an amazing unit. I'm not paid to make all these comments or to do this review. I just wish I had all this information before I bought one. So if you're out there and you're contemplating on getting one or two, or you're thinking if you really need this, I think some of these can actually help. So the first thing on my list is the USB-C port here. It doesn't power the device. So if you think you're gonna power it with like a power bank or like your laptop or stuff like that, no, it doesn't work. I plugged it in, it doesn't work. However, that shouldn't be a problem because you're already gonna have the batteries in it already. So if you want to use it as an audio interface, which I will be doing when I travel a lot, because I always don't want to carry my sound card. It just doesn't, it doesn't make sense to me. It's just extra luggage, and most times I like to travel light. So this actually comes in handy. So if you need something to travel with and not, haul another audio interface, just plug this in and then start recording. I think this is a good option. I was actually considering getting the Boss IR2. Oh, I'm not sure what the name of that is. The Boss version of the amp sim thing. I was actually thinking of getting that, and then Line 6 came up with these. I'm like, you know what? Good thing I waited, because I'm always a huge Line 6 person. So let me just dive into the six express reason for you to that I've learned from owning this device. So number one, the USB is not going to power it up. You're still going to need the battery or the power adapter if you want to use this as an audio interface. Number two, this was actually a question that was left on my first ever video, the overview, before I actually got the actual unit. And that's the question is of, can you bypass the amp? And the answer is yes. If you turn the knob all the way past clean to the middle, it turns off the amp simulation. So you can just turn on the effects and use the chorus and send it into a real amp, which I kind of tried with my Fender Princeton amp behind there. I'm not sure if you can see it. Yeah, so if you want to bypass the amp and just use the effect, that is absolutely possible. You can bypass the amp and use just, the flanger, the delay, or even the looper, which sounds amazing, by the way. If you've not seen my last video, I think you should go check that video out, where I actually, use the looper. Number three, just like you can turn off the amp, you can turn off the effects as well and just use it as an amp sim, which I will be using over the weekend. Today's Friday. I'm sure the video will be coming up later, but I'm going to use this on the week during the weekend on a gig, and I will be turning off all the effects and just use the amp sim because I'll be coming from my HX effects into this one directly. So that should be fun. I tried that at home and it worked perfectly well. How this is going to take external effects, I'm not sure how it's going to take that, but I'll give you guys an update. And if you want to see how that works, let me know in the comments below. So the first one, which is kind of a con to it, not necessarily, but for someone like myself, I think it's a con. On the effects chain, the reverb comes after the looper. So if you're someone that like to use the looper feature in this device, that's kind of a con. It's a setback. Let me explain. So when you're already recording and you already played a part, and then you want to add like a reverb to another part, once you turn on the reverb, it just affects the whole signal chain because it's after the looper. Get it? So your looper is actually going into the reverb, which I don't really think that makes sense. In my opinion, I think the looper should be after the reverb, but I'm not sure. So this is one of the reasons why people like John, myself, and other people are crying and begging like six for an editor software, so we were able to move stuff around and make changes on the go and have this thing to fit our own needs. That will be a game changer for this piece of device. So the sixth one, which is the last one, the amp tones are just as good as my HX Stomp. I did a recording a couple of days ago. Yesterday, overnight, and I took one take from my HX Stomp, my Princeton presets. I turned off all the effects and just used the Princeton amp on that preset, and I checked out the clean session of this, which is just a Fender Princeton, and the feel and the tone are extremely identical, for lack of a better term. They are very identical. So that's one of the reasons I'll be taking this to my gig this weekend, and I'm gonna use the amp simulator because they're just as good. Now, how they're gonna both take pedals, I'm not sure. I'm gonna use it over the weekend, and I'll probably make a sequel to this video and share with you guys what my findings are over the weekend once I'm able to try this out and kind of see how it takes pedals, if that makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, those are the 6 express tips that I got for you today. If you like content like this and more, you can subscribe to the channel, share this video with someone that will learn something from it, and keep jamming. And the sound that you heard earlier, it's all from this right here. So I think it's a great unit, and for less than $200, I think it's a good buy, in my opinion. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Oh, and a bonus tip. This guy fits on your pedal board. It's not that big. So